You have seen it before. Everything is fine, and then suddenly nothing. No texts, no calls, no explanation. Just complete total silence from someone who was just talking to you hours ago. And your first instinct? You panic. You reach out. You ask if you did something wrong. You apologize for things you did not even do. And that is exactly what they were counting on. Because what you just experienced was not distance. It was not space. It was not them being busy. What you experienced was one of the most calculated, most psychologically damaging moves a narcissist makes, and most people spend years inside it without ever understanding what is actually happening to them. So stay with me, because by the time this video ends, you will never panic over their silence again. You will never reach out first again, and you will finally understand what the quiet actually means, and why the only right response is to run. The first thing you need to understand: the silence is never random. A narcissist does not go quiet because they are hurt, overwhelmed, or need space to process their feelings. They go quiet because silence is their most powerful weapon, and they deploy it with surgical precision. Think about when it happens. It always happens right after you set a boundary, right after you called them out, right after you stopped giving them the attention they demanded. The silence is not a reaction. It is a punishment. It is designed to make you feel so anxious, so guilty, so desperate for things to go back to normal, that you abandon every boundary you set and come crawling back with more love, more energy, and more compliance than you gave them before. And the most terrifying part? It works. Every single time, until you understand what it actually is. The second thing, the silence is a test, and you have been failing it without knowing. Every time you reached out first during the silence, you sent them one clear message: I cannot survive without your attention. Every time you apologize for something you did not do, you confirmed, I will abandon my own reality to keep your peace. Every time you softened, explained yourself, or begged for a response, you handed them a detailed report of exactly how much power they have over you. And they filed every single piece of it away, for later. For the next time they need to pull you back, for the moment you finally get strong enough to think about leaving. And suddenly the silence ends, and they become the person you fell in love with all over again. That is not coincidence. That is strategy. The third thing, and this is the one that changes everything, what the silence is actually hiding. Because while you are sitting there drowning in anxiety, convincing yourself you must have done something wrong, replaying every conversation trying to find your mistake, they are not suffering. They are not missing you. They are watching. They are measuring exactly how long it takes before you break. They are potentially lining up another source of attention while keeping you on hold as a backup. And the cruelest truth of all, the silence ends the moment you stop caring about it. Not because they had a change of heart, not because they missed you, but because your indifference threatens their control. And a narcissist cannot tolerate losing control over someone they have already claimed. So here is what you do. The next time the silence comes, and it will come, you do not reach out. You do not apologize. You do not explain. You use that silence as the gift it actually is. You build, you heal. You remember who you were before someone's approval became the thing your entire nervous system organized itself around. Because the silence was never about you doing something wrong. It was about them testing whether you love yourself enough to stop auditioning for someone who has already decided you are replaceable. You are not. And the moment you truly believe that, their silence loses every single drop of power it ever had over you. Share this with someone who is sitting in that silence right now and blaming themselves for it. And subscribe to Silent Success, because the things we talk about on this channel, most people are not ready to hear them, but you clearly are.